Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired cook from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to another one of my video recipes. In this video I'm going to show you how to make a beautifully simple all butter flaky pastry. It's somewhere between short crust and puff pastry, tender, crisp and packed with flavour. Best of all, it's incredibly easy to make with just 4 basic ingredients: flour, butter, water and salt. I'll be using it to make some delicious sausage rolls, but once you've got the hang of this pastry, you can use it for pies, pasties, quiches, just about anything. A very handy and simple pastry to have in your repertoire. You can see the ingredients list and full written method for this recipe on the recipe page on the channel's website. And the link to that page and lots more is in the description box under the video. Just find and click on the word more. And that'll give you access to all the relative links for this video, including our website store products. Okay, let's get on with today's recipe. Right, I'll start the recipe by making this outstanding flaky pastry. Begin by adding your flour to a large bowl. Next to go in is the salt. The secret for getting this pastry right is to have and keep everything as cold as possible. Time to grate in the cold butter, and the best way to do this is to get the grater in the bowl, and it'll help if you cut the butter into manageable pieces. Right, start grating. To prevent the butter from sticking back together, keep dipping it in the flour as you go. It's also a good idea to wear these disposable nitride gloves. This will prohibit some of the heat from your hands melting the butter. And also, I've had the butter sitting in the freezer for 15 minutes before I started. It isn't frozen solid, but just enough to grate nicely. Right, just keep going until all the butter has gone through the grater. And don't forget to keep dipping it in the flour as you go. Once it's all done, very gently toss it all together. And as my old boss used to say, use light hands when doing this. When everything's combined, get the bowl in the fridge or freezer for about 10 minutes. Okay, it's been chilling for 10 minutes. Time to add the water and turn it into some gorgeous flaky pastry. Add about half of the water at first. And once again, you guessed it, it has to be as cold as you can get it, obviously without it freezing. Then with your hands, start gently bringing it all together. Now you can add the rest of the water. And the reason for keeping this pastry so cold is to keep those pieces of butter whole and as hard as possible. Keep tossing and kneading until you have a nice pastry. And a very quick mention to the channel's Patreon, PayPal and Super Thanks supporters. I'll do the name splash and shout out a little later in the video. Scrape down any flour that's stuck to the sides of the bowl. Soon as it comes together like this, stop. That's all there is to making a delicious flaky pastry. When it's done, you should still be able to see those pieces of butter in the pastry. Okay, dust it with a little flour. What happens in the oven is as the pastry bakes, all those tiny bits of butter melt and create steam, causing the layers of dough to puff up beautifully. This creates that signature light airy texture, and at the same time the melting butter seeps into the dough, adding a rich flavour and a perfectly crisp finish. Now get it into a food bag or wrapped in cling film, biodegradable in my case, and back into the fridge while I prepare the sausage meat for this recipe. And this is the pork sausage meat that I'm using in this recipe, but you can use any sausage meat you like. Beef, chicken, turkey, whatever you've got. Now I have 400 grams or 14 ounces and I've divided it into 3 equal parts. Lightly dust your bench with flour. Now simply roll it out into a 30 centimetre or 12-inch length. The dusting of flour makes this so much easier to do. Now get it onto a tray or plate, and here's all 3 done. Right, set those aside for now. Okay, the pastry has now nicely chilled, so on to rolling it out. And to do that, I'll be using our very own stainless steel rolling pin. And for this recipe I'll be using the 3mm or 1/8 pastry spacer. Start by dusting your bench with flour and give the pastry a light dust too. Right, start rolling. Now I've started with a square and I want to try and keep it square as we roll it out. But try to work as quickly as you can. Keep dusting and flipping the dough over as you go. If you have one of our rolling pins, simply keep going until the guides hit the bench. It really couldn't be any easier. If you don't have one of our rolling pins, just keep rolling and try to judge when your pastry is approximately 3mm or 1/8 of an inch thick. Now grab a rule and trim off the edges to make a tidy 30cm or 12-inch square using your dough or bench scraper. Once you have your square, cut the pastry into 3 10cm or 4-inch strips as shown. Once they're all cut, you guessed it again, get them into the fridge. Whatever surplus pastry you have left, get it wrapped up and into the freezer. It's still perfectly good to use later. Couple of things to prep. To bake the rolls on, line a suitable baking or cookie sheet with parchment paper. Our large cookie sheet sizes are on screen. Details in the description. For the egg wash in this recipe, crack a large egg into a container and add a dash of milk. And whisk until it's nice and runny. Now set that aside for now. Okay, let's assemble these wonderful sausage rolls. Take one of your strips of pastry out of the fridge. Brush egg wash along the leading edge of the pastry like so. Place one of the strips of sausage meat along the front edge of the pastry and on top of the egg wash. Now carefully roll it over as shown. Brush more egg wash along the top seam and the bottom of the pastry. Now simply roll it over. Make sure that you end up with the seam side facing up. Now using your dough scraper, mark and cut the rolls into 2 or 3 equal pieces, 3 in my case. With them still seam side up, give them a good coat of the egg wash. Right, now transfer them to the baking tray, seam side down this time. And I'll do my other 6 off camera. And there you go, that's all of your beautiful sausage rolls almost finished. Before going any further, preheat your oven to 170 degrees Celsius, that's 340 Fahrenheit or gas mark 3. Almost done. All you got to do now is to give the top half of the rolls a good coat of the egg wash too. And that's it, your gorgeous sausage rolls are now ready to bake. So get them into the middle of your preheated oven, and a quick reminder should be set at 170 Celsius, that's 340 Fahrenheit. Once in, set your timer for 40 minutes. And while those wonderful sausage rolls are baking, I hope you don't mind if I give my brand new 5th recipe book a quick shout out. This latest release features 12 all new bread recipes not found in any of my previous 4 books, along with even more recipes for air fryers, pies, cakes and desserts. The book also includes interactive elements such as QR codes linking directly to step-by-step video tutorials for each recipe. And you'll find links for all 5 books in the description below the video. Okay, time's up on the sausage rolls. I know this is an old cliche, but I really wish we had smelly vision because this aroma is absolutely mouth-watering. And they're looking fantastic too, puffed up and a rich golden brown in colour. They look and smell so appetising. Right, enough of the superlatives. I'll get them on the wire rack and allow them to cool for 10 minutes. And then when I come back, I'll let you see this amazing flaky pastry on the inside. Okay, it's only been 5 minutes because I can't wait any longer. And this flaky pastry is so light and crisp. Your friends and family will definitely think this is a bought puff pastry. It really is that good. Right, time for a taste. And only 2 words apply here. Absolutely and delicious. And if you're serious about your baking, this is one very simple pastry you really should have in your repertoire. I know it gets a massive thumbs up from my lot. See you in the next one, guys. And as mentioned earlier in the video, here is the latest list of my Patreon, PayPal and Super Thank You button supporters. And they are Dan Calgero, Kristen Tybout, Nikki Lynch, Jean's Daughter, Michael Donnelly, James Walker, Colette Mitchell 7557, RBSB Brothers and Jens K 3250. Thanks very much, guys. I really do appreciate all that you do in supporting the channel. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in your kitchen and bye for now.